Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shadow Rose. I am a psychic, intuitive, and tarot reader here on YouTube, and I'm so happy you stopped in today. We're just gonna pull a few cards, see what happens. We just had the new moon kind of pass through. I've been feeling a lot of crazy energy. I don't know if you guys have too. But your girl's also on like, I don't know, home rest. I don't know, but I hurt my leg at work, and so I have this week to rest, which is beautiful, and I love that I'm blessed enough to do that. I know not everybody can when they're injured. So I am very, 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 very thankful. And yeah, so I thought, since I had the week off, might as well make some YouTube videos. I'll probably film some more this week to be put out at a later date. But yeah, let's get into it. I don't really have a plan for this reading. I just kind of want to have it open-ended. But today I decided to use two very special decks that I have. It's not the exact physical deck, but this is pretty much the deck, my very first tarot deck. It is the gilded, oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Yeah, the gilded tarot, and this is the Royale or Royal version. I had the non-royal version, but the Gilded Tarot was my very first tarot deck, so has a special place in my heart. And then this was my first Oracle deck. This is the actual deck. I kept it. And this, this is the Messenger Oracle. It is a very special deck for me. This one, I think, well, both of them are special. This one is mostly nostalgia. This one is a very, very special deck. So we'll see what pops up. So, I think I'm gonna start with the Oracle deck because I just accidentally picked it up. I had planned to start with the Tarot deck, but let's go ahead and see what messages Spirit or your guides have for you today. And I'm kind of, if you clicked on this video, this message is for you. There's no picking of the piles or anything like that. So yeah. All right. I ask that Spirit come through loud and clear for those of the individuals that have come into the reading today. And any messages for our highest good or our best good, whatever you want to call it, come through loud and clear. I kind of want this to be a positive one, but as we know, positive doesn't always mean lack of hard work and like things to work on. So all right, so these all popped out all at once, and I don't always grab a pile when they pop out, but I felt like I needed to. So we have be patient, let two become one, embrace the dark, and embrace the feminine. So I hope you guys can all see these. I'm just kind of running it, so. It's interesting too because, so the goddess I work with is the Morrigan, and this has always been a card that has come through with kind of her vibes. So I feel like she's definitely like coming through, but whatever you're waiting on, it's gonna take time. The be patient card is very, very clear in this, right? It's literally be patient. Like, um, but I feel like you are getting a little hasty with this. You are wanting to jump the gun a little bit. Um, take a step back, reevaluate, make sure you're making the right steps. Go in with a clear head and trust your gut, trust your intuition. And if you reassess that and it's still saying the same answer, then go for it. But I feel like this is a lot of energy of like just wait, take a moment, reevaluate with a clear head. And I just heard a clear conscience. So I don't know what that means for you, but make sure you're going into this with a clear conscience, because that also, like, to me, that's like, are you going to make a decision that isn't great, you know? Um, the next card we have is Let Two Become One. This is usually a romance card for me, but honestly, I'm feeling like this is not romantic. It might be for some of you. This is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. For some of you, it is talking about a romance. With the Be Patient card, it's telling you to like reassess this interest that you have, and I feel like it's telling you to like look for red flags. If you see any, go the other way. And that's kind of where it stops. So I feel like for a lot of you there is this energy of take a moment, just slow down, look for red flags. If there are, freaking run. But for most of you, this is an energy of embracing change, right? This energy of embracing, like, with the Lovers card, which this card always reminds me of the Lovers card. The Lovers, yes, is about romance, about like hooty doody. I like people, you know, hoity toity doy. That's what that reminded me of. Um, but it's, excuse me, it's also about choice, right? You choose to love this person. You choose to wake up every day next to them. You choose to be in this relationship, to live your life together. So this is about choosing. I'm really feeling like it's choosing change. The dragonfly here can sometimes represent change, and choosing to embrace this new chapter of your life. Um, a lot of new things are coming in for a lot of people, just based off of like other readings I've had, as well as like readings for clients and also for myself, and just talking with people. A lot of change is coming very fast. So be prepared for it. And if you don't choose to lean into that change, then you are going to get swept up in it and it's not going to be great for you. I don't think anything like horrible will happen to most of you, but it will be a whirlwind, and it won't, you just won't be prepared for this new change, right? Wouldn't you rather, if you had to go on a journey, wouldn't you rather be packed and prepared instead of having to like be kicked out into the cold, you know? Um, and then next we have Embrace the Dark, which is really interesting to me. Um, Bringing in these new changes. Yes, it has a call to the Morrigan, who's a death goddess. The death card is all about change, right? Um, but also this card specifically talks about um embracing your shadow self, embracing the darker parts of yourself, because they are not evil. Your shadow is not evil. It is out here to protect you. That is why it is here. And sometimes it can go a little rampant trying to protect you, but it has good intentions. It's a part of you, right? So it is, I feel like for a lot of you, you're kind of like shying away from that shadow self. And I just heard without realizing you are. In today's like witchy spiritual community, we always talk about like work through your shadow work, do this shadow work, do that, journal, like, but I feel like sometimes you can journal all day, but if you're not really like internally doing this work, like, you're not embracing your shadow. You're not, you can talk all day about being like, I'm not gonna lie anymore. This is just an example, but be like, I'm not gonna lie anymore. I am a pathological liar. We're not gonna lie anymore. It's fine. But then turn around and tell a lie immediately. But you're like, wait, I decided not to lie anymore. I'm gonna do better next time. And then you just continually to choose to lie regardless. But you're like, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm working on my shadow work. I'm journaling about it. It's fine. That reminds me of, honestly, of Christianity, of going out and sinning and then coming back to the chapel and being like, hey, I'm forgiven of all my sins, right? Cool, I can go back in heaven. And then you go out and sin again. Like, I grew up Christian. It is not a great way to grow. It stunts your growth doing it that way. And I'm not like shitting on any Christians or anything. Like, believe in what you believe, but like, back up your shit, and that's for anybody, regardless of religion or belief or creed, you know um and that's kind of like this energy, and that's, I really do feel the Morgan behind that energy of like, back up your shit. Like, you don't be a hypocrite. you know like, and that's not just with shadow work. I feel like that's with like a lot of this. Like, everybody always asks for change, everybody always asks for new things, and like, oh, I want money, I want like this new beautiful life for myself, but you're not willing to put in the work. You're not willing to put in your shit. Like, put your shit on the ground, figure it out, and then move forward. This is a really, like, a little bit of a harsher energy, and I apologize. But it's the energy that's coming through, and I'm not sorry about it. Like, it's something that also is for me as well. So you're not alone. But with putting your shit on the ground and moving forward and really working through that energy, you have new births, right? You have this embrace the feminine. Feminine is all about creation. It's all about like birthing something new, embracing this change, that the let two become one. You know what happens when two become one? New life happens. And not only with that, feminine energy is also chaos. So this energy of this chaotic time, this chaotic change, and with that moving forward, we have this new energy, this new life, this new birth. What is birth? It is labor. It is work. You're not going to get that baby out unless you push, right? You're not just going to be like, I prepared for my baby, it's here, right? Like, no. Like, you got to push, you got to go through that labor. It's called labor for a reason. You got to go through that, birth this new change, bring this new energy in, and then you can bring it home. You can just embrace this energy of this new life that you created. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards. That was intense. But we are here, right? Wasn't that new moon kind of intense anyway? It's fine. But with this change, again, kind of calling back to the first card of being patient. I'm gonna pull some more cards on like how we can work through this, and then also, okay, this is how we can work through this. The Sun card, interesting. There's also the astrology, the signs here on this card too. It's a very specific sun card, talking about like, it's very astrological looking, very planetary. Look at your birth chart if you haven't already. Maybe get a reading from someone. Oh, that's super interesting. Okay, maybe get a reading from someone. Or if you can look at your own birth chart, I would highly recommend do some internal work, do shadow work with that birth chart. It will literally spell out the best ways for you to work through your shadows, exactly what they are, and how to go about it. What's the best way to do it? I would highly recommend going to a well-versed astrologer for something like that, or someone who specializes in shadow work. I actually have an astrologer friend. They have been working with astrology for a very long time. If their books are open, I will link them down in the description. If they're not, I will do so on a later video. But I don't want to like commit to that if their books aren't open. So Um, but what also fell out was the moon card. So not only do we have like, oh yeah, first off, immediately, I noticed that sun and the moon, duality energy, let two become one, masculine and feminine. Traditionally, the sun is associated with masculine energy and the moon is associated with feminine energy. So we have this duality again. We have this letting two become one, balancing, you know, letting the light shine into your shadows, but also going deeper into those shadows as well. And the moon card talks about illusions, um, but I feel like they're illusions that you are. I'm actually gonna put it like this: that you are like illusioning yourself. Does that make sense? um, you are you're putting these illusions on yourself. What are you hiding from yourself? Like, back to those shadows of like, you can work through it all day, but if you don't assess that, like really truly assess it deep down, you're never going to work through it. Like truly work through it. Um just be a little bit more decisive about working through these shadows. We have the Hanged Man reversed and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my god, we have 4 major arcanas. Girl. And I say that for everybody, and not because everyone's a girl, but like, girl. Um it's interesting they're mirrored here to as above so below type of energy. There's a lot of duality coming in here in this reading. The Hanged Man, when it's upright, it does talk about getting this new perspective, looking at things differently. um when the Hanged Man is reversed, I always see it as like, you've tried that new perspective, it didn't work, now you need to go back and figure out like go back essentially. So back to your basics is what I just heard. Um but also you've been in this energy of this quote new perspective for way too long. It's just hurting yourself now. This whole reading is literally just like screaming, get a new perspective on shadow work. Like, about going deeper, about like, make the goal to actually heal, not just to say, I did my shadow work. Because you putting yourself in a painful position is not doing you any favors anymore. So why are you there? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Traditionally, this can talk about not so great energy, not so great karma, for lack of a better way to say it. Um, the wheel is landing on the not so great side, you know. Um, but the beauty of the Wheel of Fortune is it it always continues to spin, right? You always have a chance to land on something good. Spin the wheel again. Try again. Just because something didn't work out the first time doesn't mean it's not going to work out next time. But reevaluate, because that's what this whole reading is all about. Be patient. Reevaluate the situation. Go back. Figure it out. The Hanged Man. Go back. Figure it out. And I feel like this energy is very forward, especially compared to a lot of some of my other readings that I usually read for. This is very blunt. Someone is frustrated because you're not doing the work. And if you have been doing the work, reevaluate it, figure it out. This may even be for a very specific group of people. But remember, take what resonates and leave the rest, you know? But also really think about, what does it mean to resonate, you know? Like, what, just don't sit here and be like, she's not telling me what I want to hear, so I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna listen to any of it. Listen to the whole thing, think about it, figure it out. That's kind of the whole energy of this whole reading, is just figure it out. Like, I just heard no one's going to come and save you. No one's going to come and work through this for you. You got to do it on your own. This is a very blunt reading. Holy cats. I am going to pull. So oh my gosh, I have been working through some like channelings, little things that I've heard from either my own readings or other readings into note cards. These note cards are flimsy AF, so shuffling them kind of sucks, but I do want to pull 2 and then we'll end the reading for today. So this one. Interesting. You cannot see the forest for the trees. Find a new perspective, right? The Morrigan said that to me in the channel message. Rest is not recovery. This came through from a friend of mine. And she channels for the Morrigan. Her name is the Morrigan's Oracle on YouTube. Please go check her out. Amazing, amazing reader. So great. I've been getting this all the time. So again, going back to the shadow work, rest is not recovery. Just because you're sitting here and just like, I don't know, just because you're on your ass doesn't mean that you're actually resting. Doesn't mean that you're actually, okay, I'll use this example, for instance. Just because you're sitting down doesn't mean that you're letting your mind rest, right? So turn down the noise. Look at this from a new perspective. The Morrigan is saying you cannot see the forest for the trees. You're looking too detailed on everything. So this, look at like what shadow work is. I would highly recommend to actually look into the psychology of shadow work, where it like genuinely came from instead of just from a spiritual side. Look at Carl Jung's works. He kind of coined the term shadow work, and go from there. Be a little bit more detailed in your work. Be a little bit more detailed in what you're doing, how you're doing it. Go back, reassess, right? And actually do the work. Rest is not recovery. Is actually like do the work. Don't just sit there. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I know it was a little harsh, but the Morrigan definitely came through. She was very loud. But if you guys like this reading, please give me a like, leave a comment. Feel free to let me know how this resonates if you would like. Otherwise, just a chill. I don't know. I don't know. Just say whatever in the comments. I don't care. Honestly, even if you're like, I hated this reading, please leave a comment. I love it. Give it to me. But let's leave. Ooh, can we leave an egg emoji if you got to the end of the reading, for the Embrace the Feminine card and Embracing New Beginnings? And also Ostara just passed, and I guess Easter is coming up. I don't really celebrate Easter, but let's leave an egg for spring, new beginnings, all that jazz. So I hope you guys have a good night or day or whenever you're watching, and remember, eat some yummy food, drink some water, and take care of yourself. It's really, really important. Bye.